Williams, CEO Face, and you know, Paco, Melly Mel, and of course me, D to the R.E. Wowzers. I try to tell these rappers, yo, go get away. Wowzers. We run this radio like every day. Wowzers. Hold on.
We have a young gentleman in the building. I don't know if we could call him young. Maybe we'll call him young. Maybe we'll call him wise. Maybe we call him savvy. But of course, he's a very talented photographer. And he's in the building, of course. We're going to get to know him a little bit better. And he goes by the name Haran. Haran, how you doing, man?
Good, man. How you been?
Doing good. Welcome to Royalty Radio.
Pleasure being here.
Of course, now, where are you from?
From Sri Lanka, originally.
Okay.
Yeah.
And at what age did you come to Canada?
Came to Canada when I was 8 years old.
Okay.
Yeah, so like it was a long time ago.
How did it all happen? Was it something whereby your family just said, you know what, we're picking up for a better life and we're coming here? Or?
Yeah, you know, like I left right before the Civil War started.
Okay.
So a lot of things were going down. That was the Black July in 1983.
Wow.
And I was born in November, so they wanted, you know, my mom thought obviously go back to the promised land, which is Canada.
Most definitely.
So, you know, made that trek down here, man.
For sure. And of course, you grew up in Toronto, right?
When I came to Canada, originally I'm from Montreal.
Okay.
So from there we migrated to Toronto in 1992.
1992, okay. It seems like everybody, when they come at first, they go to Montreal, and then after a while they just come to Toronto.
Well, yeah, Toronto, you know, that's a big city right there, right?
For sure. Now, what was it that inspired you in terms of photography? What inspired you to take it up?
You know, I started taking photos well before digital cameras came out.
Right.
I remember me and my best friend at the time, Siva, we would buy Kodak disposable cameras and just take photos with it. Just randomly take photos, study light, and then every Sunday we'd, you know, borrow some money from my mom's and go to the Dominion.
Okay.
Now it's called Metro.
Of course, yeah.
Right? So, and we just watch the photos and see what we got.
Right.
And then at the time I wanted to get a professional camera. When they came out, they were really expensive.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I still remember the 2 megapixel camera. It was like $600 when they came out.
And that was the top of the line back then.
Yeah, it was definitely a setback because I didn't have the money, you know, like to buy an SLR back then it was a couple of $1,000s, right? Yeah. So just, you know, kept shooting, and once I got my hands on an SLR, it's almost 3 years ago now, and just kept shooting the world, man. Just keep refining my craft and shooting and not stopping. Most
definitely. Now, of course, you know, in this great city of ours in Toronto, and of course around the world, there are a lot of photographers out there. What is it for you that sets your style of photography apart from others?
To be honest, I think I'm really inspired by a lot of you know, like Annie Leibovitz, Terry Richardson.
Okay.
I really in anything we do, it could be music, it could be singing, it could be acting. I believe in evoking emotion.
Right.
I mean, if you're looking at a photograph, there's a saying, you know, you see a photo, it says 1,000 words.
Right.
But you know, to each person, that photo means something different.
That's true.
And for me, when I photograph anybody, it could be an artist, it could be one of my weddings gigs that I do. Right. It could be even a subtle, you know, a dog on the street. But if I'm able to capture that emotion in that photo, I think I've done my job.
And of course, what would be the first major picture that you took of anybody, like in terms of like an artist? Do you still?
I can say Drake, because I did photograph Drake, and that was a really interesting experience. You know, I went up to him and shake my hand, and I'm like, you know, I'm gonna grab a photo of you, and it was at a club.
Right.
But the way I shot it, it looked like a portrait photo.
Okay.
And you know, so he's seen that. So it was a humbling experience for me because back then I was doing the nightlife stuff.
Right.
But I photographed a lot of local artists in the city, and I believe in like supporting a local talent a lot. So that's why I'm here on the show too, because I know it supports the local artists.
Congratulations, of course. Your pictures are in W25. Just talk a little bit about that. That's a pretty dope publication that's out in the States. How did that whole situation come about?
Honestly, I did an editorial shoot back in September, and I've been trying to submit this in Toronto.
Okay.
And you know, there's a couple of setbacks, and there's a couple of running around, and finally I searched online, just went out there. My boy Ishmael, he was like, you know, why don't you submit W25? They like your work. They do a lot of editorial work in the States.
Okay.
And I submitted. The next day, replied back, "Yo, Haran, we love your work.
Nice.
We want to put in our magazine for the February 2012 issue."
That's good.
They sent me a message today and said, "Hey, it's online. You know, get your copy and show the people." Right? So I was really excited because it's a milestone for me.
Right.
It's my first publication, and it's in another market. In the States, it's a bigger market than Canada, so 300 million people there. So for it to be promoted that way, it's just the ball's gonna get rolling now.
Most definitely.
Because
a lot of doors for you now. So.
Absolutely. You know, I want to walk into chapters one day and watch. Yeah, that's my photo on Vogue right there. It's like how the photo by Drew Haran.
Yeah,
you know?
for sure.
So that's my dream, man. Like I just want to go out there and shoot, and I want people to see my work and just see for what it is. And I hope they get captured by it and get moved, because I get moved by my own photos. I'll sit back and I'm like, you know what? I was able to capture this in that moment.
Now, of course, going into your work, of course, you deal with individuals, you deal with corporations, you deal with DJs. Corporately, you work with Comedy Central, you work with Yuck Yucks, Appleton, Clean Media, among others. Of course, when it comes to DJs, you work with DJ Chris LaRoque from Paris, Four Corners, DJ Charlie Brown, among others. How exactly did you get involved corporately, and how exactly did you get involved with the DJs?
Hustle, on the grind. When I was taking my nightlife photography with Clean Media, you know, like they'll ask me, do you take any photos, you know, DJs?
Yeah.
And I'll just swallow my pride and gulp. I'm like, yes. Because I'm like, you know what? I want to really shoot the DJs. Like, I believe in their artists. I believe in sound. I believe all the unity of all artists, right? So, you know, I shot Charlie Brown way back in '09. He was one of the first guys to hit me up.
Okay.
You know, GDM Music, DJ Annie, Chris LaRoque, they have a whole brand that I shot.
Yeah.
You know, Four Corners from Toronto Raptors hit me up. All these guys are showing me mad love, and they're like, yo, we like your work, and we believe that you can help us promote our brand.
Right.
And the way we move with our work. And it's been a humbling experience for me to capture a lot of the DJs from Toronto, and all across nationwide in Canada as well.
Of course, you work with artists such as DeVille, Sazy, Jordan, Rich Kid, just to name a few. Of course, Driga, of course.
Yes, yes.
When an artist approaches you, how do you determine whether or not that person is the right fit for you?
I ask them, how do you want me to capture it? What am I capturing here?
Yeah.
You know, I ask them to send me concepts of what they feel like, how they want to be portrayed.
Yeah.
Every artist wants to be portrayed differently, right? In a sense where they want to show their music through their photos.
Right.
It could be a DJ, it could be a rapper or a singer, and you know, I asked them like what inspires you. And if it's a singer, like Amal Knox hit me up, she wanted like some music, some of the photos done. I actually listen to their music. I take notes on how they DJ.
Right.
You know, just the performances and all that. It's like, okay, this is what type of person you are, and you know, this is how I'm gonna photograph you. And if they agree, then we get on the concept and do it up.